Good morning from noisy New York City. I am in my apartment. It's the first day of nursing school. Today's June 2nd and I'm about ready to head out the door. I just wanted to do some updates here. It has been the most hectic past couple of weeks, or like maybe month even. I got all 4 wisdom teeth extracted. I was recovering from that. Then I flew into New York. And then I had a few days to kind of get things a little bit ready, and then I went on vacation to Ireland for a few days, and then I came back, and then I had like 2 days to move in and then try to get everything situated. Went camping this past weekend. There's something in my eye. And now I'm finally settled in my dorm. If you're interested, I can kind of do a little tour. Not that there's much to see, but yeah, I went to the gym this morning, which was so nice. So I'm already a little bit tired because I only had like 5 hours of sleep. Don't do that. Prioritize sleep because, yeah, you need it. So I'm gonna make myself a coffee and then I'm gonna go. I will catch you up and fill you in a little bit. I'm back after my first class. I hope it's not too noisy. I closed my window so that it wouldn't be too noisy, but still a little bit noisy. I actually just got my shoes in the mail. I really procrastinated on getting them. I didn't know what shoe to get. I tend to have, only on my right foot, pain in my bone, like my big toe bone, with most shoes. So I stick to Crocs and any shoe that has like a wide toe box, like a Birkenstock or something. So I was originally gonna get Birkenstock clogs, but they were out. We've been getting a million messages. Anyway, so I thought we could open them together because I haven't looked at them yet. Noise, noise, noise. And here they are. I'm really hoping that this shoe will work. I'm just gonna do a little try on right now. These are specifically made for nursing, so I feel confident that they're a good shoe, but most shoes don't work with my little bone, as I said, so let's see. They look so funny on. It also comes with a little instruction card that tells you that you don't need to spend a bunch of time to break it in. You can just do the blow dryer trick, if you know what I'm talking about. So this is my shoes on. Obviously I'm not going to be wearing them with jeans, but I don't know, I'm just not used to seeing myself in this, so it's a bit funny. But I guess they're nice. I mean, they seem pretty comfortable so far. I'm gonna walk around a little bit for the next hour before my next class in here and see how they feel. But they feel a little bit tight, especially because I need to wear socks. Speaking of which, I need to order socks ASAP, and I think I'm gonna do compression ones. Let's see. Ooh, lots of options. Now I'm just ordering a textbook, which I'm really glad I waited because a lot of people ordered their books already. Of course, you want to be ahead of the game, but tend to be a last minute type of person. And I'm glad that this worked out in my favor this time because we were just sent a 40% off discount code by the professor, and she specified exactly what we need. A lot of people who bought ebooks or rented them didn't get the access code, which is what we need in order to go online and do some of our assignments. So this is new this year. This hasn't been done in the previous years. It seems like things are changing. I learned today that exams for all the previous years in this program have been open book, not proctored. And this year, of course, they are now closed book proctored exams, which is okay. I mean, either way, like, you signed up to be in a difficult program, so it is what it is. But yeah, it just makes you wonder what happened that they changed that. Anyway, yeah, here is my cart. So this is a nice little discount from $109 to now $65.97, $66. So this is an unexpected cost. Shipping can be free, but it'll get here anywhere between the 9th and the 20th. Or I can pay $32 to get it here by this Friday. She did say she would be flexible for anyone who isn't able to get the textbook in time for this week's assignment. But it's only June 2nd, so if it can get here all the way up till June 20th, that would be 2 weeks of assignments that I would be behind on, or I don't know, something that we'd have to figure out. So I feel like I don't love the sound of that, but also I have a feeling it'll arrive soon-ish. But a lot of students are probably gonna order this now, so that might change things. I don't know what to do. I have a little whiteboard of all the things that I need to do. So right now, I need to be having lunch, 12:15 to 1:45. That's the time I have. And I'm inaugurating my brand new Facebook Marketplace find, which is this little stovetop. I have no idea how to use it yet. And that right there is my little ADHD hack for anyone who cares or is interested. Give yourself as little possibility to get distracted as possible. So sometimes it looks like planning every single detail of your day. Not that every single detail is there, but like the main things. But for example, last night I set all my clothing that I was gonna wear out, including my underwear and everything. And this morning I was so thankful for that, not just because like I want to be in control of what I'm gonna wear or whatever, but because not having to go into my closet meant that I had no way to get distracted with other items or with choosing the kind of underwear, sensory issues. If you know, you know. It's kind of like I didn't have to think about any of that in that moment, and I just had it set and ready and like done. I also got this little tiny, it's like so small, it's so cute, enamel cast iron pot thing. So I'm gonna make an egg on this, and I think I'm gonna make some beans. So I'm very excited for lunchtime. Okay, I'm gonna turn on this stove, and while I do that, oh, it's locked, it seems like. Okay, unlocked. Ooh, I figured it out. So back to college means canned beans. I don't have a can opener, and I'm so thankful. I didn't even realize when I ordered these last night that it was this kind, and I'm so thankful that it is. I wish I had a little strainer so that I could wash them, but you know what? We just gotta do what we can with what we have, as I always say. I don't know if I should make the beans first or the eggs. Definitely the beans. I also don't have any plates, so we're just gonna use Tupperware because thankfully I have that.
So the first step is to put something onto the actual hot plate. It won't run.
Yes, it's working. Phew. That was an experience. This will be a testament of how bad I want this meal. Opening a new jar is just like my downfall. At this point, I'm like, I don't even care if my hands bleed. Ooh, I got it. Yes! Here we go, putting some of this into the beans. I wonder if I can eat in class, because at this point, I will not have time to eat. And class is really long, and I'm making such a mess already. I'm back from a long day of classes. I have changed, I've had some snacks, I did my dishes, and now I'm gonna take care of something. I had a little bit of a fiasco earlier. Made a big mess. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, this is not really going as planned. That was quite an ordeal. I'm gonna quickly eat and head to class. And as a result of all of that, we have a casualty. This will be good evidence of if these shoes are good and easy to clean, because that's important in a nursing shoe. So we're gonna find out. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. It's already a little challenging just with one hand. That will help. I don't know. I put some washing soda on that, and I am gonna choose to forget about it for a little while. I'm currently trying to get all of my last minute things done. I'm going to talk about this because this is important if you're deciding whether or not to come to this program. The onboarding stuff has been more work than the actual application process. So once you apply, you're not done. You won't be done for the next however many months until you begin the program, and then you're right into schoolwork, reading, lectures, etc., etc. So I would say start everything as soon as possible. I let everything kind of pile towards the end, not really by choice, but because there's just so much going on in my life, and it's okay. Like, I'm still in the time frame to do everything, and there are so many people who have been late at doing all the things that they need to do, and while it is very stressful for them, there is always a solution and a way. So I would not recommend it, but it's also not the end of the world. So I'm trying to tell myself that, because right now I'm trying to download exam software and all sorts of stuff, and it's a lot. The stain on the shoe did not come out. I think I'm gonna need bleach or something. Anyway, it has been such an exhausting day, and I have a full day tomorrow. But I thought I would talk a little bit about all the things that have made this process so hectic. You have to download a bunch of stuff, like exam taking software, which I mentioned. You have to make sure that all your devices, or actually it's only one device that you can download that on, because you can only take it on one device, but you have to make sure that it is compatible. So you have to make sure it's up to date, there's enough memory on it, all this stuff, which can take a really long time if you are like a crammed person on your devices. Do you know what I mean? Like, you run out of storage easily. There's a lot of other platforms that we have to sign up for, like Kaplan, so I just did that. I'm late on that. I'm still in the time frame to do everything. And then just with orientation, you meet so many people and you learn about so many different departments and services that are available to you as a student. And you kind of get excited about connecting with people and joining clubs and doing things. And we have peer mentors, which is students who are in this program but are now completing the program. They have one semester left, so we take the semester together. Obviously it's different classes, but they're around, and so they're called peer mentors, and they can kind of help guide your process and your journey. And there's a meet and greet that's happening, and different obligations that come with being in this program. It's optional, but I figure as many resources as I can take, I will. I worded that all backwards, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. And yeah, it's just been so much, and not to mention I have to figure out all my financial aid stuff, because it is a very expensive program, and the first bill is due in about a month and a few days. So I need to really put my butt into gear with that. So I just did some of that stuff. And what else? Oh, if I backtrack even more, you have to make sure that you are compliant with all of your vaccinations and all of your health stuff. So you have to get a physical, and you have to get teeters and all sorts of blood tests. And because I was in Ecuador, I had to find a doctor who spoke English to do my physical, so that he could fill out the form, because it has to be filled out in English. And then my lab results were all in Spanish, so I had to find a translator to do all of that and upload all of the documentation. There are two separate things that require all that information. One is Colombia in itself, like the health services, and another one is a software or a program through which they do background checks and all that stuff. So it's quite a tedious process to get the ball rolling in beginning the program. And then once you're registered for classes, everything just comes up really fast, and there's a syllabi to look at, and there's textbooks to consider buying or not buying and figure out what you're going to do. And not to mention, I completely forgot what going back to school is like in terms of supplies and just like moving in if you choose to move somewhere closer, or if you choose to do on-campus housing. There's just so much that goes into just that, and it's just been the most hectic thing ever. I am mostly settled now. I am mostly done with all of this stuff. I still have to do some pre-orientation modules, which I thought I did and I learned today I haven't, because I have a 0 in both of them out of 100. So there's really just so much to do. In terms of schedule, today I had class. Let me look at my little thing because I won't remember otherwise, even though I just did this. I had class from 8 to 12, and that was online, so that will always be online, and it's my evidence-based practice class. And then I had a 2-hour break when I came back, and I tried to do some of the things on that to-do list back there on my chalkboard and make lunch and all of that. And then I had global health equity from 2 to 5. So these are long classes. I think that's just the nature of an accelerated program. You're fitting a lot of material into a small window of time, meaning like the 10 weeks that the summer semester is. So I think you need long class hours. But it seems like these 2 classes are not so bad. So I'm not feeling too stressed about them, but still definitely, work to do and things to consider. And you have to show up. The global health equity is in person. And then tomorrow I have 2 classes again. So I'll have science of nursing practice from 8 in the morning till 12 noon. And then I have physical assessment an hour later until 4:50. So basically 5 o'clock again. And then after that I go to the hospital. I have my first hospital day, except we're not going to the actual hospital until the 3rd week, so I actually don't fully know what's going on that day. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. I've been so behind on looking at all of these emails that they're sending us about important information and deadlines and guidelines and things that are required and all this stuff. I think we're taking mock exams that day for those of us who have hospital days on Wednesday. We're taking mock exams that Wednesday, both Kaplan and just to make sure like the software is working and fine with our computers. And then Thursday I have lab. So these are switched depending on your group. You will either have lab on Wednesday and hospital on Thursday, or lab on Thursday and hospital on Wednesday, which is what I have. And I don't fully remember my hours off the top of my head, but it's not so bad. And then Friday I have 2 online courses. So the first one is from 8 to 9 a.m. and the second one is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it'll be nice that they're just online, which means I have a little bit more time to kind of, wake up. I'm also wanting to do a spin class Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because they offer that at 6 in the morning, so that's really nice. They have one on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well, but that doesn't begin until 11 a.m. and that just doesn't work with my schedule, obviously. So yeah, I went today, but it was canceled and I didn't know about it, so just did a little walk/jog on the treadmill with a friend I've made in these past days at orientation, so that's been really nice. Or rather, that was really nice today. I'm also hoping to make it to the pool maybe once a week. Twice a week would be amazing, but we're not going to get our hopes up too much because it's about to get really hectic apparently. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go look over some of my lectures and hopefully head to bed relatively early tonight, because I only had 5 hours of sleep last night, as I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Okay, I hope this was enjoyable. Bye!